It's time for another tier list. We're gonna do a tier list for the easiest classes to get Gladiator in 3v3 arena. So let's start off by putting the tanks, except Blood DK. We'll put this in C, and we'll put all the other ones in D. Because Blood DK is a one where I actually think you could get it with. It's a terrible one to get it with, of course. It's a hard one, but it's possible. It's the best of the tanks for sure. All the other tanks, they go in D, not really that relevant, right? Next up, let's go for Frost DK. And there's a guy called Seek who went from NA to EU, and now he's number 5 on the ladder with Frost DK MM Hunter. He is also one of the best players in the game, so you can't take too much away from it, but it's not too bad. You can actually make it work. There's not a lot of people who make it work, so we're going to put it in C tier. I don't think it's great, but there is people making it work, and therefore it could be a B tier, it could be a C tier. I'm going to put it in C for now. We might change it later. Next up, Unholy DK. So it takes a big leap here. Unholy DK is a great spec to get glad with. There's a lot of comps that don't require that much skill as well with Unholy DK. You have some suck comps like DH DK. And you have a comp like Hunter DK or Devastation Evoker DK where you don't require that much setup. You're just doing constant CC and you just do so much damage that can overwhelm, especially in deep dampening. So we're going to put it up to A. Do we put it at S? I think there's a lot of Unholy DKs in the game that has gotten glad this season. I think it's really good. It might put it at S. I think I'm going to put it at S. I'm going to put it at S. Cutscene says no, but I think it deserves it. So I'm gonna keep it up there for now. Again, we might change it. Next up, we got DH. So DH, again, it's a really great spec. You don't see too much in Shuffle, but this is for Gladiator 3v3s. And for that specific bracket, it's really good. I'm going to put it up at A. It does good damage. It has really good CC and peels. And again, DH DK comp is really strong. Then we have Boomy. Boomy is a decent spec. You have to be a very good Boomy to make it work optimally. And it seems like there's a little bit difference on NA and EU regions, with more Boomies on NA region making it work than on EU. I think it's not the greatest, but I do think it can make it work. Therefore, we're putting up an A. Then we have Feral Druid. So Feral is a weird one because in specific brackets, it's really great. For example, in 2s, it works super good. In 3s, it's good. And in Shuffle, it's not the greatest. But it is good. I'm going to put it up in A. I think Destro Feral is a really good comp. I think Destro Deva is still a really good comp. And I think Jungle is a really good comp. So you got 3 comps you can definitely play to glad with. Or at least 2. So we're putting up an A. That might be a little bit harsh. Some people might be an argument for B, but it's only 3s. It's only for glad. I think it's an A. Then we have a Resto Druid, the last of the Druid specs. So healers are rough if you're not a specific healer, but you can make it work, but it is rough. I think all healers are in a decent balance, except an outlier. We're going to put it up in A because it's viable, it's good, but there's just some things that are better. Archer prop worst right now in 3s. I think it is, but I think it's still good. And I think if you're a good Archer, you can take control of the game with clones, you can really make it work. There is definitely an argument for B. We'll keep it in A for now. Then we have Devastation Evoker. I think Devastation Evoker is going up in A instantly. I think it has some great comps with Hunter Deva, with Feral Deva, with Unholy Deva. You can even play Woundwalker Deva. It's not that great, but that's not because of the Deva. So yeah, I think it's a viable one to play it with. I don't think it's the greatest, which is why we're keeping an A. Also, there's an argument for this to be like between. If we had an A plus tier, we could cheese all these, but we're not going to do that. Then we have a BM Hunter. One of my viewers called Carcer's a favorite spec, always downplaying this one, but he's not fooling us, boys. This goes up to top of A. It's a really, really great spec, and it's not the most difficult. It has some really solid comms, which don't require the most skill. As, you know, Hunter Deva is a huge one where you just keep tunneling, you sleep into traps, you traps into sleeps, and you just do so much damage and kite so much that you eventually can win in deep dampening. So, really great spec. I hate BM with a passion. Next up, we have one of the greatest specs in the game right now. This does an overwhelming amount of damage on its burst, and when you get your second or third true shot in dampening, you can definitely end the games. We're taking this straight up to S tier. I think MM is so good right now, so good. With comms, as I said, you can play with Deva, but Red Hunter or Red MM or MM Feral is really, really good. Wrap it up and put all hunters in the bag. Bag is S tier. Yeah, you could definitely do that. Next up, we have Survival Hunter. Again, you see this all the time now. This used to be such a niche spec. Big Mac's the only one representing it. But it's really good in 3s. It's really good in Shuffle. It's good in 2s. All around, great spec. I am going to put it up in A tier because I think I want to reserve the S tier for the greatest of specs. So we're going to put it there. Also, I'm going to put Frosty Cup in B tier. I thought about it while I've done all these others, and I think it's a B tier. Next up, I think we have, next up we have Arcane Mage. This is an A tier spec. I'm putting it up here. RMP is really great. Feral Arcane is playable. You can have some Wizard comps that are good as well. I think it's good. I think you can definitely do A tier for this one. Next up, we have Fire Mage. Fire Mage is a great spec. It's one of the specs with the highest burst in the game. It has insane comms, such as an Always Will RMP. RMP is just great. It's always great. Every season, it fails to be bad. And this season, it's also really nice. So, we're going to put this instantly up to S tier. It's a harder spec to master, but I think right now, because you are tanky, you have a lot of mobility. It's like, and you have cauterize, of course. You have an also not die button that you don't have to press, right? So yeah, it's a great spec. It's not the most skill anymore as it used to be. Like Rogue Mage always used to be. Oh, if you play those, you're really good at the game. If you're really high, right? Yeah, I don't know about that anymore. Next up, we have Frost Mage, which is also a really great spec. You don't see it a lot, and I think it's because that this spec and this specs are so good. So the third DPS specs fall behind. That's always how it is with classes that have 3 DPS specs. Like the same with Hunter. It's the same every time, right? But it's really good. I still think it's A tier. Then we have Mystery Monks. Mystery Monk is one of the healers I think are not that great at the moment. You can make it work. There's a guy called Bank Mystery out there who only plays Mystery almost. And he's making it work in ABCs. He's making it work at high tier 3s and shuffles. But that being said, it's still not the greatest. We're going to put it in B tier for healers. I think it's one of the worst healers for 3s right now. Yeah, we're going to put it there. Let's move this one to the end. Then we have Holy Paladin. Holy Paladin is actually a really good healer. And I think with a couple of nerfs to your other healer, it could be really, really good. It pairs really well with Mage, which is great at the moment. So it also empowers it a little bit. I think we're definitely putting this up to A tier. And we're going to put it at the highest healer at the moment. Then we have a Red Paladin. Red Paladin has been hit with nerf after nerf. There we go. It's been hit with nerf after nerf, and somehow, some way, it's still just super, super good. We're gonna put it up in S tier for sure. Then we have Disc Priest. Everybody knows about Disc Priest, boys. Everybody knows about Disc Priest. This spec is great. This spec might be too great. Void Weaver Disc Priest is the easiest healer in the game and the best healer in the game. It's going up to A or S tier. And next up, we have another priest spec. It's Holy Priest. Again, it's a really, really great spec. You see it all the time in 3s. It has so many buttons. So it's just so hard to kill anyone with a Holy Priest on the team. That being said, it doesn't produce the damage and the pressure that a Void Reaver Priest does. So it's top of A tier. I think the two pre-specs are the best healers in the game at the moment. Next up is Shadow Priest. So I've played a ton with Shadow Priest. Windwalker, Shadow Priest, or Shaman, I've played a ton. And it works, but it's not great. I don't think it's at the fault of the Shadow Priest though. I think there's another spec in that comp that is the one holding them back pretty much. We're going to put it up in A tier. I think you can definitely get Glad with it. I think it's a decent one to do it with. I think you have comps that are not bad at all that you can play, especially the wizard comps. So yeah, we're going to put it up here. Next up, we have Asa. So Asa is a weird one because I put Fire Mage up there. Also, one of the reasons was RMP, right? And Asa is mainly played in the RMPs, but I don't want to put Asa as S. I kind of want to put it as A because it is still a hard spec to master. So we're taking off the concept that it is the easiest spec to get Glad with. I mean, if you're an Asa main, if we're talking about if it's your main, yes. I think it's a weird one. I'm going to put it top of A for now. Oh, I think Survival Hunter needs to be top of A. Oh, these two as well. Oh, I kind of want to put BM up. Because it's the easiest ones to get. Yeah, I'm putting BM up. And I'm putting Asa top. Next up, we have Outlaw Rogue. So Outlaw Rogue is a really great spec in threes if you know what you're doing. If you don't, it falls behind. Not a lot of people play Outlaw, but there's a lot of Outlaws that do really great, right? So I think we're going to put it in A because it's definitely viable. It's really good, but it is a harder spec to master. We're putting it A. And then we have Sub Rogue. Sub Rogue's really the only rogue spec I never see. Never seen in threes. I see it sometimes in Shuffle, but it's very, very, very rare. I'm going to put it... Can I put a rogue spec in B tier, boys? Is that possible? I'm going to do it. It is a little bit crazy, though. Then we have Ellie. Good old Ellie. It's never bad. I don't know why, but it's just never, ever bad. It's always consistently good. We saw it in AVC, and we see it in threes. Hunter, Ellie is really good, and Thunder is really good. You have two comps you can definitely place a Glad with, and there's definitely others, some wizard comps you can play with as well. I'm going to put it towards the top of A. I think it belongs there. And now we have the other DPS Shaman spec, which is not even half as great. I would put Enhance in B tier. You can play Thunder, or you can play Turbo, but it's not really that great. We're going to keep it there for now. Next up, we got Resto Shaman. So I think there's 3 really good healers in the game right now, and I think Resto Shaman's one of them. I might want to put Resto Shaman up here. I think I said earlier that Holy Pound is the second best in threes, but I think it actually is Resto Shaman. I think it's really, really good. But putting up here means it's at the same level as Void Priest, and I don't think so. So we're taking it down to top of A tier with healers. Then we have Affliction Warlock. I feel like Affliction Warlock is kind of slept on. I really do. I think Asa Affliction is really good. I think it has a couple of comps where it can really do a lot of damage, but it faces some comps where it kind of gets steamrolled, right? I don't know if I put it top of B or bottom of A. I'm gonna, because this is the easiest easiest specs to Glad, right? So I'm gonna put it top of B. Then we have Demon Warlock. I think Demon Warlock is better. Is it? I also think it's not that great, honestly. I feel like you can tunnel it really easily, and it has to play like some other Wizard comps to really excel. Yeah, I think you can play like Stu comps as well, where it's decent, but it's not the greatest. I'm gonna put it in top of. I'm gonna put it here in B. We have Destro Warlock, boys. Destro Warlock is insane at the moment. Like, you get 2 bolts off, people die. And you don't even have to cast bolts to top damage too. And you're decently tanky, and you have a good mobility. And you have good CC. So yeah, we're definitely not gonna go top or up in S tier. I think it's really great right now. Then we have Arms Warrior. So Arms Warrior doesn't have that many comps in your play right now. But the one thing it always can fall back on is Thunder. And I think Thunder is decent at the moment. But I don't think it's because of the Arms Warrior that it makes it decent. I kind of want to put it in B tier. I don't think it's that great to get Glad with at the moment. I'm not sure how many arm swearers there even are at Glad. So yeah, we're putting it at B. And I think the same goes with Furry Warrior. I think Furry Warrior and Arm Swearer are kind of in the same spot. So we're going to put them there. I think Arm Swearer might edge it out only because of Demolish, where you can get some one-shots with that. So we're going to put it in B. Then we have Evoker Healer. Evoker Healer is one of the better healers in the game. I feel like healer balance overall is really great if you just nerf that one Void Reaper Disc Priest up there. We're putting in A. It's definitely viable. And then it all comes down to Mr. Windwalker himself. So let me just give you a fact right now. There's not a single Windwalker on EU region that has Gladiator. It's one of the only specs that does not have Gladiator. Which is kind of crazy. You know? Kind of crazy. So with that, I want to put it at end of B tier because I think you can get Glad with it. But it's a super, super difficult spec. Bro, I kind of want to put it in C tier, but I feel like people would really, really be mad about that. So I'm going to put it at end of B tier. I think it's a terrible spec right now to get Glad with. It's super, super hard. But yeah, boys, there you have it. A tier list for the easiest specs to get Glad with in Season 3 of The War Within. What do you think? What do you think? Let me know, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, boys.